I am so happy to be starting this series with you. And in the new garage, we haven't had a dedicated atom space ever. So I have here Heather's 2019 F750GS in Austin yellow. It is the low model, low seat, low suspension. And I have replaced her OEM Anakee 3 tires that were original equipment with the Anakee Adventure 2s, which is very exciting. I didn't film taking them off because I was kind of in a rush, but here they are. The one thing you're going to need for the F750GS is a 34 millimeter socket. That's right, 34 millimeter axle nut tool. Pretty important stuff. Just getting my wrench here. And of course a torque wrench. But I'm going to put this back on here and I'll show you an up close. We'll do the front with the rear wheel first, then we'll do the front wheel and I'll show you an up close of me getting it all wrapped up. The Avis Skylift is kind of leaning to the right a little bit. I'm not quite sure how much I trust it today, but the install is the same as the removal, just doing things in reverse, right? I'm gonna torque this down to 100 Newton meters, which is what it's supposed to be torqued to, but I have to then measure the chain sag, which I'll do separately from this. There's our bits here. And there's those bits. Make sure that you have here the caps. So we have this cap on the right side and this dust cap on the left side. Spinning freely, no binding or anything. There we go. Nice. Okay. That needs to go like that. Perfect. And across. All right. Our rear wheel is on. Yep, perfect. No binding. Let's do the front. All right, now we're doing the front. Now note the speed sensor needs to be on the driver's side, not the passenger side. Let's get this thing hubbed in here first. What I like to do is I like to keep these spacers and stuff with the piece. I find that it helps me not lose anything. But this goes in the left speed sensor side. Get that started. was my spacer. Okay, and through it goes. Here's our nut. Put that in. Gotta put our right brake pad back on. I always take these guys, put them right back where I found them, so I don't lose them. I'll grab those torque specs, but they are in your owner's manual, just so you know. And we'll torque those down using our torque wrench. No binding, all that's good. Great. So that rear 34 millimeter axle nut is 100 Newton meters. This front one is 50. These are 19, and there's 2 on each side. 2 on each side there, and then the brake calipers are 38. 38. And then this is 8 Newton meters, if you remove the speed sensor, which I did not. But yeah, 50, 19, 38. All right, well, there are only 2 parts to this video. We are going to do the battery next. That was pretty easy with the wheels. Very simple to do, actually, with the wheels. For the battery, you do need to access the seat, take the seat off. So we're gonna use our key. This is the Sergeant seat, but your OEM will be just the same. Or very similar as the Sergeant. The battery is right here. It is protected with, looks like T25 or T27s are down here. Let's take a closer look and I'll show you. Now, why am I replacing this battery? Well, bike is 6 years old and it was stored all winter, not on a battery tender out in the woods. And so this right there is T25s right there. And so I tried to repair the battery and jump start it. It will not hold the charge. The battery is dead, completely dead. Should have grabbed my little magnetic pin, but you've got 2 T25 bolts. I'm gonna use my pocket for these as my holder. Holding this little guy down. Simple L key will work, or your toolkit if you have one. Don't let that fall though. You know, you gotta use your fingers and grab it like that. Afterward, you can pull this right out of there. My setup looks different than yours, so I have a whole bunch of accessories. You can put this off the side. This is the OBD2 port right there. Now we just need to grab a 4-way screwdriver and undo that. Okay, let's change this out. Don't lose these little termination points in here if your new battery didn't come with any. All right. And we're out. So this is the, so you have these little guys right here. That one and that one. Oops. There we go, both those. This is the YTX 12 bus. That's the old one on the left. Wasn't that old actually, 5 years maybe. Properly dispose of that. All right, we have this. We're going to peel this back. Take these open here. Don't remove this stuff, just put it upside down. I've never had that leak before, but there's a first time for everything, right? Line that up and push evenly and let it all drain into the battery. When it's done, you'll take this thing right here and cap it all off. Takes a few minutes, let the air bubbles come up, tap at it a little bit. If one of them seems stuck, you can tap at it. But, okay, it's all in there. Just gonna put this little seal thing on top. It says, do not open. Okay, now slide that right back in here. Mind all the cabling infrastructure. Okay, now we need to get our T25 and put these in for safety. There is no sort of adaptations or coating you have to do for batteries on the on this generation of BMW motorcycles. I don't know if the new F900 or F800 require it. These are just put a battery in, boot it up. I will link to everything that you saw in this video. If you have any questions, leave a comment. I reply to about 25 YouTube comments a day, most of them from videos over 3 years old. So if you're watching this in the future and you have questions or criticisms, let me know. All right, I'm gonna get the battery tender out. I'm gonna hook this guy up and let it charge up.